Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, Sacred Geography, and Shinrin Yoku, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Thursday, September 14th, around 9 p.m. Mountain Time 2023. Death toll soars to 11,300 from flooding in the Libyan coastal city of Derna, and we've got a close eye on Hurricane Lee as it barrels north. Keep calm. It's boom time. Hurricane Lee is now lashing Bermuda before striking coastal New England and Atlantic Canada. Myrtle Beach is under a rare high surf advisory with dangerous waves and rip currents expected. And Hurricane Lee is picking up forward speed as New England braces for impact. And that should happen around 2 p.m. Saturday. Potential impact could be on down East Maine here. Saturday afternoon, probably as a tropical storm. Currently maximum sustained winds at 85 miles per hour, potential wind speed at 65 miles per hour on landfall. Tropical storm warnings have been issued for Lee with dangerous surf and rip currents from South Carolina north. Take a look at that. Hurricane conditions are possible with tropical storm force conditions expected along the coast of New England. Heavy rainfall from Lee may produce localized urban and small stream flooding with life-threatening storm surge flooding also possible. Dangerous surf and rip currents are affecting the East Coast currently. And here's the forecast track of Lee. Take a look. In the GFS model, it does basically make landfall right where Maine and New Brunswick meet. So take heed if you're in that region. Making landfall at 972 millibars will be a tropical storm, but could be Cat 1 before landfall. These waters are quite warm. Right here as it's off the Cape, it's expected to re-strengthen. So stay tuned for more boom. And there's good news. Bad news for Al. Shut up, Al. Get your hole. Heavy snow predicted for the upper elevations in the coming days. Take a look at this. This is the GFS model through September 25th, and we could have some snowfall totals in the South Mountains here, right here in Pagosa Springs, 18 to 20 inches. That's going to be fantastic. What's not fantastic is the death toll soaring to 11,300 from flooding in the Libyan coastal city of Derna. Now, this death toll by tomorrow could rise over 20,000. It's already, gone up quite considerably, over double in one day. In fact, whole families drowned in Libya's flood, and many didn't even realize the danger until they heard the dams burst, and it was too late. This is literally near the main channel that runs through the city here. You can see that main channel outwash for flooding, and that is where the destruction occurred. Let's blow this up for you, and we will blow your mind. Okay. So this is what the city looked like before. This is this dangerous outwash channel that got flooded. And take a look at what happened to the homes along the edge of that. Completely erased in probably a matter of minutes as a 7-meter wall of water washed thousands of people and their homes into the ocean. Absolutely tragic. Now, scientists say that humanity has crossed 6 of 9 safe limits for livability on Earth. The only problem with that is they are not taking into consideration geologic time. And they've just made up the 9 safe limits for livability on Earth to scare you into submission. Do not believe the hype. This is all made up garbage to scare you so that you comply with their plans, which are not in your best interest, by the way. Seismic update, no quakes of note, some moderate rumblers around the Ring of Fire, normal activity. We've had some interesting quakes here in Colombia, 5.1 followed by a 5.2. Worldwide volcano news update, interesting new volcanoes on the list. We've got Popo, Semeru, and Mutnovsky. Now you can imagine where Mutnovsky is. Volcanic ash advisory. This baby hasn't erupted for decades. In fact, the last eruption at Mutnovsky was back in 2000 at VEI-1. So things are afoot. Mutnovsky volcano in the Kamchatka of Russia hasn't had any seismic swarms since 2008, and now we have a volcanic ash advisory and an eruption. Good news is that this highest this ever erupts in historical context is VEI 3, so nothing spectacular or world-ending coming from this perfectly. Look at this, perfect geometry of a cinder cone. Gorgeous. And we have a new volcano that has become active, Mutnovsky, in the Kamchatka. Space weather news update. We do have an active region on the sun. Let's look at the latest. Right here, the central disk region of tiny mini sunspots peppering the disk. This is, in fact, active region 3429, and it has become an issue. Several M flares kicking off. And there is that baby. Earth-facing sunspot region 3429 showed signs of development on Thursday, both in size and magnetic complexity. And for the next 12 to 24 hours, this baby is directly Earth-facing. A pair of M flares were detected within the last few hours, including an M2.5 at 2126 UTC. And this is definitely something to keep an eye on. Good news is that the sunspot itself is, well, very diffuse. So we shouldn't expect anything but a high-level M flare potentially from this. It may develop more, and we can, in fact, see the latest HMI intensity and look at it. It doesn't look as if it's doing anything much. The only other spot on the disk of significance is this spot, which has been doing very little. Solar Max is a bust. Now, if you want to follow all the breaking news as we research it during the day, follow us over at Twitter, X, actually, formerly known as Twitter, Oppenheimer Ranch Project at Diamond the Dave, where we do daily updates on solar flares, flooding, the Fifth Circuit Court ruling, the death toll rising, etc. You will be up to speed. James Webb Space Telescope just measured the expansion rate of the universe, and astronomers are stumped. In fact, they're baffled. What else is new? All the links will be below. The newest geoengineering nightmare is iron dust. And according to those psychopaths that think that they can control the climate, they say it could reverse the course of climate change. Well, it could also kill the oceans and kill everything living on the surface of the planet, because their idea is to put iron dust into the ocean, which would suck carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere. And now here's the only problem. If we drop just 150 parts per million, the entire planet dies. So I don't think I would trust anyone with that idea. Now NASA says it will appoint a secret UFO chief. The space agency says it wants to protect its new director, so the anonymity is clear. The new director of Unidentified Anomalous Phenomenon, or UAP, research from harassment and threats, and he will be a secret official. What's not so secret is scientists now calling fraud on the supposed extraterrestrials presented at the Mexican Congress. The big problem with these fraudulent papier-mâché charts that don't even closely resemble anything. This is like a poor fifth grade science project. I'm so embarrassed. The same material made to make these things is now lying beneath it, like here. It's like, and some of it's stuck to the cloth. Give me a break. And the reason I say that is because the expert ufologist or alien expert that presented these is a known fraud. In 2017, Mawson made similar claims in Peru. And a report by the country's prosecutor's office found that the fake alien bodies were actually recently manufactured dolls, which had been covered with a mixture of paper and synthetic glue to simulate the presence of skin. And this is the same thing. He made a bunch of fake dolls with fake cat bones and other things inside so he could x-ray it and, well, complete the hoax. No one is buying it. Any critical thinking human that looks at the evidence knows that this isn't a extraterrestrial specialist. He's a fraud. Mawson is a fraud. Period. Now, starting tomorrow morning, we're all going to be at the Crestone Energy Fair for the next few days. So we're going to be doing podcasts from there all day. We're going to be live streaming. We're going to be doing special reports at the 34th Annual Crestone Energy Fair. It's not too late to get out there. It's not too late. You don't need any money. The event is free. You don't need money to buy food. You can volunteer and get free meals. It will be an awesome learning experience. Hang out with like-minded people in Crestone, Colorado, September 16th and 17th. Reimagine self, village, and nature. I will be giving a talk on Saturday, early in the afternoon, bringing the soil back to life, how to build a Johnson Sioux bioreactor, and we will be raffling off the Johnson Sioux bioreactor I'm bringing to support the Crestone Energy Fair. All proceeds go back to the event, and that's a boom to knowledge. Please share this video as we are shadow banned, and we need your help to grow. Don't believe the hype. It's a sequel. And be safe. We love you. And that is a boom. We'll see you all in Crestone. We love you.